Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our virtual class. This is for BAM 6102, Marketing Management. So once again, I am Professor Maria Romana Daguio, your assigned online learning coordinator for this course. So this week class, we are going to discuss about marketing environment. So we have waited for how many minutes now, class, for other students to join. So maybe we could start. Okay, so welcome. We have here our objectives. Okay, for a while. Okay, so our objective, the first one, know the environmental forces that affect the company's ability to serve its customers. Realize how changes in the demographic and economic environments affect marketing decisions. Third, identify the major trends in the firm's natural and technological environments. Know the key changes in the political and cultural environments. Understand how companies can react to the marketing environment. So those are the objectives of today's discussion class. Okay, so since our topic class is marketing environment, no, let us define what is marketing environment. So the actors and forces that affect a firm's ability to build and maintain successful relationships with customers are known to be within the marketing environment. Okay? So lahat ng tao, no, o forces na may kinalaman para ma-achieve ng company, yung successful relationship with their customers. We call that marketing environment. So it could be internal or external forces, no, that may directly or indirectly affect the operation of the business. So to further discuss what is market environment, okay, or marketing environment, okay, so in addition, the marketing environment refers to all internal and external factors which directly or indirectly influence the organization's decisions related to marketing activities. So ang ibig lang sabihin nito, class, this refers to factors either inside the organization or outside the organization that affect, the organization in terms of marketing plans. Okay? Internal factors are within the control of an organization, whereas external factors do not fall within its control. So, pag sinasabi nating internal factors sa loob ng organization, so merong control, no, si firm doon, no? Kaya niyang i-control, hawakan, i-monitor. Pero yung mga tinatawag natin na external factors, class, ito yung mga bagay na walang control ang organization. Sa labas niya kasi yun. Okay? External. Market environment and business environment are marketing terms that refer to factors and forces that affect a firm's ability to build and maintain successful customer relationships. So sabi nga natin, no, building and maintaining customer relationship, class, is the key determinant for the success of the firm. So we really need to make sure that we have a good customer relationships. So what is market environment and what are the examples? Okay, so here are the examples, class, of the internal marketing environment, yung loob, nasa loob ng organization. So best example of an internal marketing environment is the office culture of the organization. Your office culture consists of the values, beliefs, and attitudes of your employees. All of these factors determine how the employees of your organization will behave. So, one of the examples, class, no, of internal marketing environment is the office culture of the organization. Meaning, ano yung pinaniwalaan, ano yung ginagawa within the organization. So, you have control with that. Kung ikaw yung organization, ikaw yung business, kaya mong kontrolin yan. In what way? Okay, so by way of, say, creating policies concerning the right attitudes, no, the values that the employees must have, no, inside the organization. So ito yung sinasabi natin kanina class na ang internal marketing environment ay may control, no, yung organization o yung company doon. Okay? So that is some of the examples class of those are examples of internal marketing. So to move on, so we have the aspects of marketing environment, the microenvironment, and the macroenvironment. So in microenvironment class, this refers to actors close to the company. Ibig sabihin, malapit, no? Kung hindi man sa loob ng company class, no? Malapit ito sa company. We call that microenvironment, no? Within the reach of the company. From the word micro, small, tiny, di ba? Pag macro naman, malawak ang sakop class, no? Macro environment, larger societal forces. So normally, ito yung mga factors class na walang or forces na walang control si firm. Okay, micro and macro environment, to further discuss that, microenvironment is defined as the nearby environment under which the firm operates. Macroenvironment refers to the general environment that can affect the working of all business enterprises. So, ano-ano yung mga environment under the macro? We have there the political aspect or environment, economic, socio-cultural, technological, legal, and environmental. So, pag sinabing micro, nearby environment, malapit. Pag macro, no, refers to general environment, malawak ang sakop. So, what is the difference, class, between macro and microenvironment? Microenvironment factors include internal factors like customers, suppliers, competitors, whereas macroenvironment has external factors like the one I mentioned to you earlier, the political, socio-cultural, economic, technological, legal, and environmental. So under the microenvironment, it says that the departments within the company impact marketing planning. So can you name some departments class inside the organization? Okay, so to name some, nandiyan halimbawa si finance department, no, accounting department, human resources department, what else? The research and development department, logistics department, and so on and so forth. So paano sila class nakakaapekto sa pagpaplano in terms of marketing? So syempre, halimbawa si finance department, nakasalalay sa kanila yung budget halimbawa. So kung ano man yung gusto mong gawin, you would ask first kung meron bang budget for that. At kung may budget, how much? Kasi doon nakadepende ang magiging marketing plans ninyo. Ano pa? Halimbawa, si HRD, ano naman ang kinalaman niya class sa marketing? So, for example, we have now the approved programs, no, marketing programs, may budget na. Question now is, do we have enough people to execute the plan? So if the answer is no, insufficient, so it's for the HRD class, no, Human Resources Department, to look for people, no, recruit and hire. Okay, recruit, select, and hire. Okay, so those are the relationships of the departments, no, inside the company. So, bakit nga ba nagkakaroon ng departmentalization sa isang company class or organization? So, balikan natin yung inyong Management 101. Okay? We have departmentalization class because we want to have specialization of function. Okay? So for example, marketing department, specialized for promotions, no? Any marketing activities, that would be under that department. So, pag may kinalaman sa budgeting, allocation, no, pwedeng under yan ng finance. Pag sinabi mong personnel, recruitment, selection, no, and hiring, no, HR naman ang nangangalaga. So that's why we need departments inside the organization. That is for specialization of functions. Solutions from Dell, Microsoft, and Intel, giving impossible and inferiority complex. So these companies here, class, no, compared to other competitors, as if they can easily think of solutions for impossible concerns or problems, no? So that's why yung kanilang mga kompetensya nagkakaroon ng inferiority complex. Ibig sabihin parang nai-intimidate sila sa success na meron itong mga companies na ito. Okay, so this success class of this mentioned companies here, no, also rely or base on the efforts, no, of the services given by their suppliers. So suppliers help to create and deliver customer value. Okay? So we need to treat suppliers as partners. Okay? So bakit kailangan nating i-treat sila as partners? By treating your suppliers as equal partners instead of just a means to an end of your success, you position yourself to take advantage of opportunities for cost savings, problem solving, innovation, and new market penetration more quickly than the competition. So kung ituturing mo, class, as partners ang iyong supplier, so matutulungan ka niya mag-save. Okay? Bakit magsisave? Kasi trusted mo na yung partner mo. Hindi ka na magte-take ng risk na sumubok ng ibang raw materials, halimbawa, or kung ano man dyan. So, tutulungan ka pa niya mag-solve ng mga problema. Ano yung gusto ng customers mo? So, pwede siya magbigay ng idea, no? Ng solutions for that. Then, also innovation. So, ano pa yung wala sa market, no? Mga bagong ideas, bagong product, no? Bagong services. And, lastly is the new market penetration. Pag sinabing new market penetration, yung dati na hindi mo naman sakop na market, no? With the help of your partners, pwede mo na ma-penetrate, mapasok yung market na yon. Okay, so for a while, class, give me 2 minutes. Okay. Supplier Relationship Management Strategies, or SRM. So we have here some suggested strategies, but of course, class, those strategies are not limited on what are written, no, in this slide. So let's have few of those strategies. Value mapping. Most organizations still focus primarily on cost-cutting initiatives when it comes to SRM. Also, we have top-down approach, spend optimization, risk mitigation, positive ROI or return on investment, supplier self-service, paperless onboarding, and quick vendor screening. So those are some of the supplier relationship strategies. Okay. So still under the microenvironment class, we have here the marketing intermediaries that help us to sell, promote, and distribute the goods that we produce. So who are those intermediaries? No? So that can be in the form of resellers, physical distribution firms, marketing services agencies, and financial intermediaries. So dito sa financial, that could include banks and other financial institutions. And aside from this, no, we also have other intermediaries, no, like the wholesalers, retailers, no, and brokers, agents, no, they can also be considered as intermediaries. So customer markets must be studied. This is under now class, the macroenvironment. So malawak na yung kanyang sakop. So market types are the following: the consumer, the business, no? Your market can be consumers, no? Sa kanila mo intended i-offer. Then it can also be for business, no? Government, reseller, and international. In international class, prior to bringing your goods or services or putting up a business in international market, no, you really need to study the the culture, the beliefs, no, the political and legal aspects, no, of that country para malaman mo kung paano ba nagkakandak talaga ng business doon. So para maiwasan mo na yung problema in the future, so you need to have a thorough study on that, no, in this particular markets. Again, what are those? Consumer markets, business market, government, reseller, and international. Successful companies provide better customer value than the competition. Okay? Kaya ka nagiging successful class because, no, as compared to your competitors, no, you provide better customer value. Ano ba yung value? Yung mararamdaman class ni customer na they get, no, more than what they pay for. No, yung value dito not just short-term value, no, but lifetime value. So then, size and industry position help to determine the competitive strategy. So, excuse me, magkakaroon ka lang ng competitive edge class, no? Depende sa size mo. Malaki ka ba? Yung resources mo ba? Enough? Then, in terms of industry position, ano ba ang position mo sa industry na kinabibilangan mo? Ano ba yung industry? Ito yung mga grupo class na mga negosyo na nag-o-offer ng the same product or services. Halimbawa, fast food industry, canning industry, no? Etc. etc. So sa industry na yun, specific industry na, ano ang position mo? Are you the leader? Are you the challenger? Yung po nga pangalawa, or are you the follower? Okay, yung mga mas malayo pa ang status, no, being the challenger and the leader. Followers ang tawag natin doon. So kung sa tingin mo ikaw ay leader na sa industry na yan, okay, meron ka ng competitive edge, no, competitive advantage. But it doesn't mean that you stop, no, promoting your product or services. No. Kasi the moment na maging kampante ka class, yung mga followers mo, challengers mo, may tendency pa din na sila yung mag-occupy ng position mo. Okay, so various publics must also be considered. So what are those? Government, media, financial, local, general, and internal publics, as well as some citizen action groups. Okay, next, actors in the microenvironment. So, ang marketing efforts natin, no, ano-ano yung mga may impact o may influence, no, sa marketing. So, it can be the company itself, the suppliers, marketing intermediaries, customers, competitors, and publics. Yung na-mention natin kanina mga publics. How about for major macroenvironmental forces? So, we have there the demographic forces to the company. It affects that. The company is being affected by these forces. Economic forces, natural forces, technological forces, political forces, and cultural forces. Okay. Still, under Class D macroenvironment, we have the key demographic trends. So, ano ba ang napapaloob sa demographic? So, that could be age, no, the sex, the population, yung bilang ng tao, etc. So, in terms of world population growth class, ngayon, tinataya, no, approximately 6.2 billion na tayo sa buong mundo. And projected to reach 7.9 billion by 2025. So ano ang may tutulong nito class sa pag-alam? Bakit kailangan alamin ang population? Of course, kung ikaw negosyante, you need to know the population of that region, of that country, no? Para alam mo kung may market ba o wala. Okay? May tao ba dun? Baka wala. Saan ba mas marami ang tao? Etc. etc. So that is one of the key demographic trends. Another is the changing age structure. So the US population consists of 7 generational groups. Okay? So tayo, ina-adapt din natin itong 7 generational groups ng US. Ano-ano yun? Actually, 7 yan, pero ang key groups na meron tayo ay the baby boomers, Generation X, and Generation Y. So later class, malalaman nyo ano pa ba yung 4 na ibang generational group. So, madidiscuss natin. Excuse me. Distinct segments typically exist within these generational groups. Okay, so eto na class. Let's discuss first under macroenvironment, the key generations, which is the first one is baby boomers. So sila yung pinanganak between 1946 and 1964. Represent 28% of the population and earn 50% of personal income. Many mini segment exist within the boomer group. Ibig sabihin class, segment na ito, pero under that may mga sub-segments pa. So entering peak earning years as they mature. So habang tumatanda sila, doon pa lang nila na-achieve yung pagdating sa kita, no? Doon pa lang nila na-achieve. And then, lucrative market for travel, entertainment, and housing, and more. Okay, so sila yung mahilig mag-travel, okay? Mahilig sa entertainment and housing. So kung yung negosyo mo, kung yung negosyo mo ay may kinalaman sa mga ito, okay? Pwede mong sa kanila i-offer. Okay? So that is the beauty of knowing the preferences of this generations class para alam mo kung kanino intended yung product or service mo. Okay, so we have here discussion question class that you will answer later on. So let me read that. The graying of America refers to the fact that as baby boomers get older, the average age of the US population increases. So habang tumatanda yung mga baby boomers, no, nadadagdagan naman class ang average age, no, ng population nila sa Amerika. Today, baby boomers are a great target for exotic travel. So think ahead. Ito ang gagawin nyo class. Think ahead to 20 years in the future. For what types of products and services will baby boomers represent a prime target? So after 20 years from now, sa tingin nyo, ano yung pwede nyo i-offer na products or services na sa tingin nyo kailangan nitong mga baby boomers na to? So that is our question later on. Take note lang that by that time class, may edad na talaga din sila. Hindi lang basta medyo may edad, kundi talagang may edad na. Okay. Next, Generation X, born between 1965 and 1976. Maintain a cautious economic outlook, share new cultural concerns, represent 125 billion in annual purchasing power. So sila yung talagang pala-spend class ng kanilang income, itong Generation X. Will be primary buyers of most goods by 2010. So kung ikaw businessman, take advantage mo yung fact na sila ay pala-spend, no? So mag-offer ka ng sa tingin mo pwede nilang bilhin. Okay, so another discussion question. Generation X has been described in the past as working to live. Sila yung mga tao daw na nagtatrabaho para mabuhay kesa sa nabubuhay para magtrabaho. So do you think that this statement class reflects Generation X true priorities in life? Okay, why or why not? So you have to answer that afterwards. Okay, last key generation class is the Generation Y. So they are born between 1977 up to 1994. 72 million strong, almost as large a group as their baby boomer parents. So in America class, they comprise 72 million people of their population. No products, services, and media cater to Generation Y. So sila na rin yung mga computer and internet as well as digitally savvy. So marunong na rin sila sa mga gadgets, no, computer, internet. Challenging target for marketers. Okay, so yun ang kanilang characteristics class. So we mentioned earlier class about the 7 US generation. So aside from Generation Y, Generation X, and baby boomers, now we also have war babies, those aging 52 to 62 years old and comprise 5.7% of their total population. Then the depression, 63 to 72 years old, that's 6.5%. No? The GI generation, 73 plus years old, which is 9.1% of their total population. Millennials, 0 to 7 years old rather, and that is 8.3%. Generation Y, 8 to 25 years old, 25.8% of their total population. Generation X, aging 26 to 37 years old, has 16.4%. And lastly, class, no, the baby boomers, 36 to 58 years old, no, that has 28.2% of the total population. Okay. So, aside from the key, bakit key? Kasi sila talaga yung malaking porsyento, class. Tingnan nyo naman yung pie chart natin. No? Pinakamalaki ay baby boomers, followed by the Generation Y, and then the Generation X. Then followed by GI generation, millennials, depression, and the war babies. Okay, demographic trends, changing American household. Then tayo din dito, changing din naman ang household natin, class. Ano ibig sabihin? Yung mga needs and wants na mga household, pamamahay, class, no? Paiba-iba na. Okay, so it all depends, class, on the income. Sabi nga sa economics, no? The more income you have, the more needs and wants you also have. Okay? So unlimited ang needs and wants, class, ng tao, no? Hangga't may pera, no, mas maraming ginugusto. Kaya nga yung iba, minsan mariringgan mo na, nag-increase yung sweldo ko pero parang wala din naman nangyari. Actually, meron. No? Dumami lang yung gusto mo. Kasi meron ka na ngayon kakayanan. Unlike nung i-compare mo siya na wala ka pang sapat na tawag dito na pera, no, income, sumasapat lang din, no? Kung ano lang yung kaya ng budget. Then geographic population shifts, so hindi na pare-pareho, pantay-pantay, ang dami ng tao sa mga lugar, may mga lugar na populated, may iba naman under ang o konti ang bilang ng kanilang mamamayan, no? Also, ano pa yung mga pagbabago? Better educated, no? Marami na rin nakakapagtapos, no? Nagiging professional. And because of that, more white-collar workforce. Marami na yung mga nagtatrabaho sa opisina, etc. And increasing diversity. Ano yung diversity? Yung pagkakaiba-iba natin, class. Iba-iba tayo ng kultura, paniniwala, norms, beliefs, etc. Okay? So those are some of the key demographic trends. How about economic environment? Affects consumer purchasing power and spending patterns. So depende sa ekonomiya, class. Minsan yung pera mo, madaming mabibili. Kung mataas ang presyo, kukunti ang mabibili. Okay? So naapektuhan tayo niyan. US consumers now spend carefully and desire greater value. So just like Filipino consumers din, class, nagiging practical, no? Gusto natin quality pero sana mas mababa ang presyo, no? So those are some of the trends, class, no, in terms of economic environment. So there are two types of national economies, class. We have subsistence and industrial. So let's know the meaning of that. So what is meant by subsistence economy? Okay? So an economy which is not based on money, in which buying and selling are absent or rudimentary, though barter may occur, and which commonly provides a minimal standard of living, compare subsistence farming. A subsistence economy is an economy directed to basic subsistence rather than to the market. Henceforth, subsistence is understood as supporting oneself at a minimum level. So, ito yung pagbibigay mo ng mga kailangan mo, class, sa level na sapat lang. No? Hindi sobra, no? Hindi kulang, kundi minimum level lang. Okay? How about industrial economy? Generally speaking, the industrial economy concerns those activities combining factors of production. So what are some of the factors, class, of production? We have the facilities, supplies, work, knowledge, no? Kung naalala nyo pa yung 5 P's, no? The man, money, market, materials, methods. So produce material goods intended for the market. So that is the subsistence and industrial economy. So still in macroenvironment, the key economic trends. So US income distribution is good. So there are the class ng society, no? The upper class, the middle class, working class, and then underclass. So applicable din naman yan sa atin, no? May mga mayayaman, may mga kaya, may mga working class, ito yung mga professionals, no? And the underclass. Sabi dyan, rich, getting richer. Yung mayaman pa sila lalo. Middle class, shrinking. Imbes na ma-reach na nila yung level ng pagiging rich, itong middle class, dumadagdag pa, no? Lalong bumababa. Dumadagdag sila doon sa mga underclass. And then, si underclass, still, mahirap pa rin. So, dito sa Pilipinas, class, may mga programs ang government, no, na ginagawa para ma-elevate ang buhay ng tao. Okay? Sana lang itong mga programs na to ay long-term, hindi pang-samantala lang. Okay? Tulungan natin na maging maayos ang kanilang mga buhay. So marami naman talagang programs ang government, gaya sa education, di ba? Libre na, napasa na yung batas na libre na hanggang college, no? Sa mga state colleges and universities, no? Mga public schools, no? Libre na ang pag-aaral. So kung educated ang mamamayan, makakatulong talaga ito sa pag-unlad ng bansa. Consumer spending patterns are also changing. Gaya ngayong pandemic, di ba? Yung spending patterns yun, naging mas matipid kayo, naging practical, no? Naging resourceful, etc. Natural environment. Concern for the natural environment has grown steadily, increasing the importance of these trends. Shortage of raw materials, increased pollution, increased governmental intervention. So, wala namang masama talaga, class, na umunlad ang isang bansa, ang isang community, for as long as wala sana tayong ginagawa para masira ang ating environment, ang ating kalikasan. Kaya naman, yung mga businesses, di ba, kung makikita nyo, bago yan mag-commence ng business nila, class, kailangan may mga environmental permit, sanitary permit, para saan ba yun? Just to make sure na sustainable development ang ginagawa natin. Ibig sabihin, nagde-develop tayo pero wala tayong nasisira, no? Nai-improve pa lalo natin. So that is natural environment. So many companies use recycling to help protect natural resources. Kagaya ng McDonald's, no, they are into recycling, no? Ang iba ding company, no, gumagawa din 'yan. At hindi lang mga businesses, and even the government class, may mga projects sila, no, na ginagawa para maibsan ang problema sa basura. Key technological trends. So, technology naman ang pag-uusapan natin. The technological environment is characterized by rapid change. Mabilis magbago, class, ang technological environment. Ngayon, ito yung model na uso, no? Next month, iba naman, no? So bakit may mga ganun, class? Simply because, no, lagi gustong i-cater ni manufacturer, ni business ang needs, no, ng mga tao. So, depende sa needs and wants nila yon. So, new technologies create new opportunities and markets but make old technologies obsolete. So, pag luma na, nawawala na sa market. So, the US leads the world in research and development spending. So, malaki ang nagagastos ni US class pagdating sa pag-research, no, at pagde-develop ng mga bagong products. Political environment, so it includes laws, governmental agencies, and pressure groups that impact organizations and individuals. So the key trends include increased legislation to protect businesses as well as consumers. So hindi lang si business ang poprotektahan, no, pati ang consumer syempre. Changes in governmental agency enforcement, increased emphasis on ethical behavior and social responsibility. Ano yung balik mo sa society mo? Ano yung pwede mong maitulong? So gaya halimbawa nito class, meron tayong cost-related marketing na tinatawag. So this is one method of demonstrating social responsibility. Sabi niya dyan, 100% of M&M's profits from this pack will be donated to the American Red Cross relief effort. So example lang ito, gaya din dito sa atin, minsan from once in a while class, meron kayong makikita sa social media, sa Facebook, no, na nagbebenta, then sinasabi nila na portion of the proceeds, profits, mapupunta sa ganitong organization. So we call that cost-related marketing. That is a part of social responsibility. Then, under macroenvironment, still, the cultural environment is composed of institutions and other forces that affect a society's basic values, perceptions, preferences, and behaviors. So the cultural environment includes the core beliefs, no, that are persistent, passed from parents to children, reinforced by society. So may mga kaugalian tayo na napapamana sa atin ng ating mga magulang. O kung hindi man, yun kasi yung nakasanayan sa society. Then it shapes attitudes and behavior. Secondary cultural values change and shift more easily. Ano yung mga secondary values na tinatawag? Cultures. Ito yung mga nai-impluwensya sa atin ng ibang tao, ibang lahi, ibang organization. So from time to time, mabilis talaga magbago yun. Society's cultural values are expressed through people's view of themselves, others, organizations, society, nature, and the universe. Okay, let's proceed now to responding to the marketing environment. We have reactive, the passive acceptance, and adaptation. Companies design strategies that avoid threats and capitalize upon opportunities. Proactive, environmental management, they use the lobbyists, the PR, advertorials, lawsuits, complaints, and contractual agreements to influence environmental forces. All right, so I think that ends our discussion.